What did you expect?
See what it says. Life is a flow of love. Your participation is requested. That's nice. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can see from the title of this video, this is going to be my fall favorites. Similar to my Instagram, I am going to be sharing some lifestyle items, some wellness items, and then some self-care items, keeping in mind that self-care is different for everyone, and then lifestyle is pretty much like a very broad category. So if you are only interested in one category, you can maybe skip around. I'll put some timestamps below, and for all the links that I can find to these items, I will put them into the description box below. And I apologize if you hear some sounds in the background. Pico is being a crazy boy right now, just running around. His tail gets, yeah, you can definitely hear him. I am going to start with some self-care items. First, I'm going to start off with some candles, which I've really been enjoying it and is a form of self-care to me. The first candle brand that I want to talk about is Namaste Zen. It's a Black-owned company. I got 2 candles. The first one I got is the Chill Pill in this little bubble glass. I've been using this one a lot, like while I'm reading or right before I'm going to bed, because with the Chill Pill name, it's kind of like a calming scent. I think overall the candles are very pretty. They have, obviously this one has a special bubble casing, and then at the top they all have like these little, like, I don't know what to call it, like accents, like little flower petals. So I love this one. I also have this one from Namaste Zen, and this is the apple spice one. I just had this lit, so I'm being careful because I don't want the wax to spill out. I want to get the apple spice because I think it's more of a fall scent. I got a smaller one of this because sometimes I feel like anything fall, like a pumpkin or apple spice or like a candy candle, can sometimes be too strong. And so I wanted to make sure I liked it first, and I do absolutely love it. It is not too strong of an apple spice scent. It is not subtle. It's pretty intense, but it's not like, it doesn't smell super sweet, if that makes sense. So it smells like apple spice, but more of like a warming apple spice rather than like a super sweet apple spice. The next candle brand that I want to talk about is Apotheke. I just looked up how to say it like about an hour ago, but I'm not sure if I'm still saying that right. I got this candle probably almost a month ago, so I've had a long time with it. And what attracted me to it is, one, this completely black casing. The only thing is this little branding at the bottom, which I just have it on display this way, so it's completely black. And then I love that the wax inside was black. It's coming up on the camera as like a bluish black, but when it's just like sitting, it is black. This scent is charcoal, which I was unsure about when I was buying it. I was like, charcoal, like why would I want the room to smell like charcoal? It is very, very pleasant. When I first got it, I remember Corey was like, like what is that? It's strong, but then not strong at the same time. I actually smell it the most after I put out the candle, and then like the leftover wax and the smoke is in the air. But I really, really love this scent. The next self-care items I want to talk about are a few skincare items. So I am including skincare in self-care rather than I think a lot of people would think lifestyle, because it is a form of self-care for me. First item I want to talk about is from Sunday Riley, the UFO Acne Treatment Face Oil. I have been using this for 2 or 3 weeks now, and I only use it every other day because when I got it, the package said to use it 3 to 4 days a week. When I first got this, I put a poll on my Instagram asking people what they thought of it, and actually most people that had tried it were not the biggest fans, so I wasn't expecting to love it, but I actually really, really love it. So I'm not wearing any makeup right now. The only thing I have is a little bit of concealer because today I woke up at 3 a.m. So I was looking a little bit tired. My bags under my eyes were really popping out. It's helped to fade some of my dark spots a little bit. That is pretty much my main concern when it comes to my skin. I will get a pimple or 2 here or there, but what happens when I get a pimple? One, I pretty much always will pick it, which is what starts the dark spots. But once I get a dark spot, it takes a really, really long time for it to go away. So I just kind of have them all over like my cheeks, my forehead. The camera kind of mattifies a bit, so you might not be able to see as well. And then I have been using products specifically that's helped fade them. And then the less pimples I get, the less dark spots I get. Another reason I was hesitant to try this was because it is a face oil, and I do have more on the oily side of skin. So I'm always hesitant to put like oil on my already oily skin. But I found that if I would just do 1 or 2 drops in my palm, mix it together, and then just pat it on my face, it's fine. The first 1 or 2 times I used it, my face did feel a little bit extra oily, but I think my skin has just adjusted now. I do only use this product at night. I would not use use it during the day if you have oily skin like me, because going about all day with oil on top seems like a no-no, but obviously it's up to you. The next skincare item I want to talk about is this Conceal Mask from Gob Skin. I was gifted this mask. Video is in no way sponsored. I don't think that would even make sense because I'm talking about so many other products, so it'd be weird if a company sponsored this video, but I do actually really like it. The face mask comes in a powder form. Mix your own water. You can also mix in other items, like you could add yogurt and make like a little yogurt mask. You do honey. On the website they have different things that you can mix it in. I like to leave it on my skin for only like 10 minutes or so because it does harden up. It says at least 20 minutes on the carton, but if I leave it on for longer than 10, I found that it's just like difficult to come off, and I feel like it's a little bit too rough for my skin because I do have more sensitive skin. But I love how my skin feels after this, and I think it does a good job of like brightening my skin. I always feel like I look more alive after I use this face mask, so I definitely recommend it. The next category of self-care items that I want to talk about were some books. So I only have 2 books to talk about because I've just recently gone back into reading. Every time I stop reading consistently, I forget how much I like it, and then I read again and I'm like, why do I not do this more often? I know the answer. It's a time commitment, and sometimes it's easier to just watch TV. But reading is enjoyable, and it gives your eyes a break from all the screen time that we already get from like working on our laptops, looking at our phone, etc, etc. The first book I want to highlight is The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapina. I hope I'm saying her name right. This is a New York Times bestseller, so I assumed it would be good. I would give it like an 8 out of 10. It's a little bit slow to start. It took me a while to get to that point where, like, you know when you get to that point in a book and you're like, oh, I don't want to put it down. It took me a while to get to that point, even though it is a quote-unquote thriller, because it just, the way the book is set up is it gives you, it kind of reveals the mystery pretty upfront, and then there's additional mysteries. And the next book I want to recommend is not really a book, but it's a daily devotional called New Morning Mercies by Paul David Tripp. This is a devotional book. I read it every morning. It makes it very easy to do a devotional because every page is a certain date. So I want to say I got this sometime in September, and I just started on the day that I got it, and then I will just cycle through the new year and read up until a point, and actually probably just continue reading it over and over again, because similar to like when you read the Bible, it's not like you can read it once and just get everything you want out of it or even remember everything. And then I did also want to say that if you're looking to get some more book recommendations, because I know I didn't give that many, you should check out the channel Sharifa Grace, and I will have that channel linked down below. She has a few videos with book recommendations, and she actually has like a beginner how to get into reading video that I think is very, very helpful. So I would definitely check out her channel if you're looking for book recommendations. The final self-care item, or not even really an item, but thing that I want to quickly discuss are TV shows. So I actually mostly watch YouTube. I make YouTube videos. I like watching YouTube. But as far as Netflix, I've been liking watching Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! In middle school. Me and my sister actually were watching TV and just came across Yu-Gi-Oh! And quickly fell in love with it. We weren't Pokemon fans, but for whatever reason, Yu-Gi-Oh! Really dragged us in. I was watching Netflix with my husband and we saw Yu-Gi-Oh's on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! And I have to say, I still love it as much as I did when I was in middle school, so probably 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago, wow. Wow, like 15 years ago. Interesting how time passes by. And then the only other show I want to talk about, again, is nothing new, The Great British Baking Show. Me and my husband recently got into watching this. There's a lot of seasons on Netflix. I feel like it's nice to have a show that there's a lot of seasons, so you just have something to kind of always fall back on, because it will probably take you forever to get through them all, versus something like Outer Banks, which we also watched. There's only 1 season and only so many episodes, so you get through it and you're like, what's next? Moving on to the next category, the wellness items. I have some food items to share and then some exercise equipment that I've been loving recently. Let's start with food because food is more fun. The first thing I want to give a shout out to are these Just Mango slices from Trader Joe's. This one's already open because I love them so much. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that pretty much every What I Eat in a Day Wednesdays that I share, you'll see these pop up. They are so good. It's really hard to find dried fruit that's just dried fruit. Often it has sugar, or they'll put citric acid to keep it fresh, but I love that this one is just dried mango. It is really good. Sometimes you'll get a really good piece that's like almost juicy and more tender, and they're not like the best pieces, but they're still good. You can look forward to those really good pieces, and I think that makes it a little bit more fun to eat, which might sound weird, but it is what it is. The next food item, I don't have it to show you all, but I'm gonna pop up a picture. It's a pumpkin spice flavor from the yogurt brand Culina. I recently tried Culina for the first time, like I I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I tried the pumpkin spice flavor. 100% fantastic. This yogurt is so good, and I think everyone agrees because since I tried it once, I can't find it again, at least not at my Whole Foods, and they don't have it. The only other grocery stores we go to are Trader Joe's, and they don't have it there. We do have a Giant, and we go there occasionally, but I haven't looked. I feel like Culina is a more specialty brand, so it might not be at Giant. If you've tried Culina and you found it at Giant, please let me know in the comments down below. I think I put walnuts on top, and it basically tastes like pumpkin pie. It was so good. And then the final food item that I want to talk about under the wellness category are these Sakara bars. I actually got these from 2 of my good friends for my birthday, and I never tried them before. These bars are all super good. They each have 10 grams of protein. They're made from like pretty just simple plant-based ingredients, which I love, and it's hard to find a bar that is made from like very simple ingredients but still has a fair amount of protein, and then it still doesn't have too much sugar. Each of these bars range from 6 to 8 grams of sugar, and all of that is naturally occurring sugar. It's not added. The only thing I don't like about these are the names of the bars. So this one's named Energy, which I'm fine with. This one's Beauty, which is like, okay. And then this one's called Detox, which I really am not a fan of that name, but they're all still good. I only have one of the Beauty left, so obviously you can tell that's my favorite one. This one is like the sweetest one, and then the Energy is like the middle sweet one. It's dark cacao, has like a chocolatey flavor, and then the Detox is definitely like, you have to like greens to like this bar. It's a vanilla, cashew, and blue spirulina, and I think you can taste the spirulina, but the vanilla and cashew do offset it a bit. If you're not into like, oops, just almost dropped my camera. If you're not into like earthy flavored things, I would try out the Beauty one first because I think it's one that most people would like. It's strawberry and almond flavored, so it's pretty sweet. Next up in the wellness category, I want to share a few exercise equipment that I've been loving lately. The first one is the Booty Sprout. I got the Booty Sprout probably 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and I absolutely love it. I've actually put my gym membership on pause because of everything that's going on. I've just kind of slowly been building up my home gym, so I'm able to just work out at home, and adding the Booty Sprout was very beneficial for me. One, because one of the main exercises I do on my glutes and legs days are hip thrusts, and you can't really stimulate hip thrusts at home. You can do glute bridges, which are similar, and then you can always use like a couch behind me and put weight on you, but you can only like rest so much weight on you without it hurting. And then also, we don't have like a barbell or anything. We just have dumbbells and then a few kettlebells and then a few plates. So getting the Booty Sprout was 100% worth it for me. I want to say it was like $115, $120, which is not bad at all for what it is. And then you also get these like, the actual straps are the weight, so you get 3 of those, and each is 45 pounds. Oh, my foot is asleep, I'm sorry. The final item I want to talk about in the wellness category are these dumbbells I've gotten from Target. For the purposes of this part, I brought up one of the dumbbells, so this is just a 5-pound dumbbell. I think it's pretty cute, and I know that appeals to some people. I think they have up to 25 or 30 pounds. I have the 5-pound and the 10-pound dumbbell set. I like that they're cute. I like that the space of the actual dumbbell isn't too big, so I feel like my hand fits well in it, and I've been using them a lot. Finally, moving on to our third and final category, I have a few favorites that fall into the lifestyle realm. The first thing, before I forget, since I'm drinking out of it, is this glass clear mug from Crate & Barrel. I just have some tea in it right now. I want to say this was under $5, just I feel like it's a great deal. It's very thick. I just love how aesthetic it looks. These are like the little things that bring me joy throughout the day, like having a nice glass mug that when I look at, it makes me happy and I drink out of it. If those things aren't worth it for you, don't spend your money on it. But for me, something that's $5 that will bring me so much joy when, let's be honest, this year has not been the greatest for most of us. I think all of us actually. So if I can spend $5 to make my days a little bit better, I'm willing to do that. And it's not like I'm spending $5 every day. I spent the $5 once and now I have this mug. So I absolutely love this. I would take a look at Crate & Barrel in general if you're looking for any type of drinkware or dinnerware. The next thing that I want to give a shout out to is rugs from rugsusa.com. Every rug in our house, other than the one I'm sitting on right now, is actually from rugsusa.com. Originally, my husband put a rug from Amazon on his birthday list for like his downstairs downstairs man cave area, and he ended up not liking it that much and was like, can you find me a rug from rugs.usa.com, because we just absolutely love their rugs. So the one in our basement now is from rugsusa.com. The one in our bedroom is from rugsusa.com. The one in my husband's office is from rugsusa.com, and we have one more for eventually what will be a child's room. I like rugsusa.com because they have very affordable rugs, but that still look nice and have nice quality. They also ship super quick. I think every time we've ordered for them, we've gotten our rugs within like 3 or 4 days. Even the rug I ordered for the basement, it said it was back ordered and still got here in 4 days. So I was like, wow, good for you all, because it's always better to say something's gonna arrive late and it comes early rather than saying something's gonna arrive and then it comes late. Like, no one likes that. They do constantly have sales, so if you ever go on their website, you don't see a sale, wait until the next day because one will probably pop up. And they have a wide range of styles. I know the ones I've showed you are all pretty similar. If you're not into that style, they have a huge range of styles and so many rugs on their website. Staying more in the home lifestyle realm, I want to share a few pieces of art that I have. The first one is this little piece of art from Society 6. This frame itself is from Target. I actually shared this when I did my home office tour, but I want to share it again in case you missed that video. As I said in my home office tour, this is such a tiny little picture, but it completed my home office. I like that it has this cream tone. And then this also has the little bit of pink, which, as you see from this blanket, is the accent color in my home office area. So it just fit perfectly. And I think Society 6 is a great company overall. If you're looking for any like wall art, they do tapestries. I think they do like tables too. They do a lot of stuff, and it's actually just like regular artists putting their artwork on just like regular items. And so I love that idea. And the other art piece I wanted to shout out and share, oh, it won't even fit in the frame, but there it is. You can see our windows reflecting. This is from Diseño, and I actually got the frame from Diseño too, which makes it really easy. I absolutely love this. This item sits on our console table by our front door with the candle and with a few other things. I think it's so beautiful. I love that. I know like this is currently in style, but I feel like the pieces I see, the line work is much more thin and like perfected. I like that this one is rigid and has some like thicker lines. Women's figures over and over again appear in artworks because they are beautiful. Finally, what I bet you all were waiting for in the lifestyle category, I have a few clothing items to share. First, I have this plain white shirt. It's not gonna show well on the camera because it's gonna get washed out, but I'll insert a photo and you've probably actually seen the photo on the thumbnail. But just this plain white shirt from ASOS. I love ASOS altogether. It is more on the fashion side, but they do hold a lot of other brands. So you can buy from like ASOS, the brand itself, and then ASOS also has like Nike, Misguided, so many other brands on the website. I got this in a US 14 because I wanted it to be more like a shirt dress once it gets a little bit cooler, with a leather jacket on top. I have a faux leather like shacket, I guess is what they're called. And then I thought this would be really cute with like a knee-high boot. The last thing I got is this Easter Sunday shirt from the Nappy Head Club. I found this brand on Instagram. I think actually someone that I follow reposted them. The graphic is like your old school plastic rollers, which my mom used to have like a bucket of them when we were little. And then there's a hot comb. So the idea is you straighten your hair before Easter Sunday. I love it. I got in an extra large because I wanted it to be pretty oversized, and it just printed on a white shirt. That is everything for my fall favorites. This video is going to end up being longer than I expected, but I did want to share a range of things depending on what you're interested in. And as I said at the beginning of this video, if you ever want to hop around, I will leave the timestamps below for the actual separate categories, the lifestyle category, self-care category, and the wellness category. And I again will leave as many links as possible in the description box below, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Bye.
I think I like him more than I like Trader Joe's. I'll swallow kids if he start eating vegetables. New York nigga with a love for Arizona.